All right, what's up, YouTube? We are out at the track, the field today. Gonna get in just our athletic session. A lot of sprints, a lot of plyos, a lot of jumps. Maybe some impulses later. We'll see how we're feeling. But we're gonna start, get some plyos in, get warmed up here. Plyos, probably do some short change of direction with the ball. Do some the long ball toss, sprint, get it, toss it again. Again, this ball doesn't bounce. Doesn't work the best on the field, but we make do. Then we're gonna do some probably like our 20s, 30s, 40s, and a few 60s probably, and then maybe some other. Thinking maybe that ball toss figure 8 drill, just to end it. Then when we get back home, we are gonna do dunks. Dunk session. Haven't done one in a while, just because I don't even know why. I've been a little maybe rainy or something on these days. Just haven't felt it. Also been, the Achilles is feeling much better too, so we're gonna go with that. So get back home, dunks. Other than that, get some plyos here, get going, get sprints. Hopefully have some fast times. It is decent out, no wind, which is rare out here. It's always windy out here. Usually it's blowing like a crosswind, so you're running in it or against it, kind of. But so again, these days, not a lot of lifting. I probably won't do, again, maybe some impulses, some iso holds at the end, some spinal movements too. But again, did a lot of heavy, more compressive lifting. And people get too into lifting. Depending on where you're at in your life and your training, we think lifting is the only thing to make us better, when a lot of people need to get better at just getting faster, getting more athletic, and that's the stuff you do on the field, on the court. The sprinting, the jumping, the plyos, just the moving, the cutting. But again, you can go one way or other. People get too into lifting, and lifting's great. I love lifting, but that's only one part of it. And then there's the other part where people just, all they do is, especially kids these days, all they're doing is playing competitive sports all the time. And most people, it's just one, a lot of times it's just one sport all year round, which is not good either. You need to find that mix, that, not saying a balance, because that balance is going to change throughout the year, throughout the life, throughout the week. But again, some kids just need more play aspect. That's what I do with my youth training. It's that play aspect. There's competing, but it's not that they feel the pressure of their random coach saying, oh, if you screw up, you're benched, or you're going to have to run miles, or whatever it is. It's given the play aspect to learn different things, to try different things, to be creative. And that's a lot with, especially with like my warm-ups. It's tougher when you're out by yourself, but like rolling, crawling, expressing that movement variation is a great way. And with like groups, and it's not as structured. There's a structure, but it's kind of that unstructured chaos, or structured chaos, I should say. We have a plan, but you allow people, allow kids, allow adults even to explore and learn how to move on their own, rather than just cueing them how, oh, you have to, your leg goes here, or your arm goes here, or your butt has to be at this angle. No, let them figure out for themselves. That's how people actually learn. We don't learn by just being told what to do. We learn by doing. I think most people are that way. But again, going to that training, training should be parts of everything, and met with each individual. Kids need more of that foundation based on athleticism, sprinting, jumping, crawling, hanging, climbing, rolling, tumbling. Then we start building, and obviously strength, but the strength doesn't necessarily need to be dumbbells and barbells. There's a lot of bodyweight strength that they'll get from crawling or hanging or climbing. And that foundation, then you start piling in. You don't need to force it on them, like the strength training, the weights. That comes once they start showing an interest, and then you build on there. But again, it's not, and each kid's going to be different too. Some are going to mean more strength. Some are going to mean more speed. And once you get older and you've been training a while like me, it's maybe you don't need as much strength training, even though you love strength training, getting under a bar and dumbbells and things like that. You get so tight and compressed, and because you're doing too much, and the pendulum swings one way, and then you go all back into the expansion, the sprinting, the jumping, the mobility, that type of stuff. And it's finding what you need at certain points in time, and it's going to change throughout life, throughout your athletic careers, throughout your just life in general. If you're just doing too much of one thing, that can take away from the other things. I see a lot of people, like even guys on my baseball team, just so tight because all they do is strength train. They don't sprint, they don't jump. Adults I work with, they just sit all the time, so they're not doing anything, so they're not moving at all. When you're sitting 8-10 hours a day, you're not walking, you're not moving, you're not strength training. You need to figure out where you're at, what works best for you, and it's a combination. It's not one or the other. It's not, everything has its place, but it's about finding what works for you and ultimately what you enjoy doing, what's going to move the needle. That's why I like sprinting and jumping. Those are my favorite things to do, but also stick in the strength training. But I did that for so many years, and that's all I did was lift weights and lift heavy weights and try and do powerlifting type stuff and then bodybuilding type stuff, and you get so compressed and beat up and just stiff and you can't move. And now it's like, yes, I do the lifting, but I also combine that with sprinting, with jumping, with mobility, with movement, with bending and twisting and loading the spine in different angles. So it's all part of that, and find it and fit everything into what works best for your lifestyle and your life, and whether you're a youth athlete or old washed up has been athlete like myself, trying to just be athletic and do athletic things for life so you can actually enjoy life to the fullest, because that's what it's all about. So we're gonna get going with some simple plyos and skips and hops and jumps and things like that. Plyos, with jumps, with even sprinting, running, doesn't need to be straightforward. Go in different directions. Go on one leg, two legs, around in circles. I just need to do a little change of direction. That's simple. Bounce the ball on the ground, shuffle the line, sprint, try and get the ball. Again, this ball does not bounce. It's a little flat and it's on the turf, so it doesn't bounce that great. But so again, change of direction. It's more coordinated, so I'm bouncing, I'm going to a line. I know when I'm changing directions, I'm cutting around a cone or something like that, more structured, whereas training true agility is chaos. It's getting a partner, you're reacting to the partner, you're reacting to a coach, you're reacting to a sound or a change of directions that way. It's more in the game, like you're playing a game. So it's not as kind of structured. Whereas you change direction, you kind of know where you're going. True agility training, you don't actually necessarily know. You're kind of reacting to a person, reacting to a ball, a sound, something like that. So that's really the difference. Actually kind of weird. It's only like 50 something degrees out, which is nice, but it's August now. Think of the August, typically it's sweltering hot, 90s. But again, living in Wisconsin, never know what the weather's gonna be. This is nice, actually. Actually feels like football weather. Alright, gonna do a similar thing. Gonna slam the ball this time. We're gonna backpedal to the line and then sprint forward. So again, just changing directions that way. Oh, that bounce is not good. Maybe we'll toss it. Toss it up. Skills, backpedaling, cutting. Athletes need to learn how to do skills too, not just get stronger, get faster, but swinging a bat, shooting a ball, those are skills. Jumping is a skill. Sprinting is a skill. It's not just about lifting more weight. And how we learn skills is by doing them and doing them in our own way. Give them a constraint, give them a problem, let them solve it. Use a ball, toss it up. Your body's gonna adapt and figure out how to cut and go get that ball best. Not telling someone exactly how to do it. If you're a teacher, You don't give the kids the answers to the test. You don't tell them the answers. You teach them how to do that math problem. Give them different ways to do multiplication or division or subtraction. And you let them figure out what works best for them to figure out the answer. That's why you make them show their work, so you know what they're doing. That's why I make kids show me their work when they're training. Let me see what you're doing so I can see, oh, that was an interesting way you did that. If it works for you, that's great. Want to be a more efficient problem solvers. Give them that hurdle, tell them how to see how they get over it. Some of them might jump off one leg, some of them might jump off two, some of them might have a more running start. Everyone's gonna be a little bit different, but if it works for them, if it's more efficient for them, if it helps them get to the solution, that's what we're looking for. We want to create thinkers. We want to create creativity and create imaginative people, I guess it would be the word. So you want to be able to think for themselves, to be able to react, be able to adapt, because the best athletes are ones that can adapt, because every situation is not going to be perfect. It's not always going to be sunny. It's not always going to be nice out. It's not going to be warm. The surface is not always going to be perfect. Who can adapt? Who can build off that and be able to change off that? That's how athletes get better. Even in life, you got to be able to adapt to certain situations. You're not always going to feel 100%. You're never going to feel 100%, honestly, especially if you have a family, you have a job. You're going to be tired, you're going to be sick, a little sick, you're going to be a little sore, you're going to be a little banged up. Deal with it, adapt, and learn to adapt. If we can build people who can think, adapt, react, and change, that's really that's one of the biggest things. I'm not trying to build people who are just yes men, yes women. I want to build thinkers, doers, creators. Imagination is key. Being able to do it on their own and find their own solutions. I don't want yes men or yes women, yes boys, yes girls. Alright, we're going to try that throw it out, sprint to get it, as soon as we'll see how this ball bounces, but sprint to get it. As soon as I get the ball, I'm going to throw it again and sprint and get it again. So we'll start a little slow because we haven't done a lot of full speed, but we'll see how it goes. Someone commented on one of my, I think it was, I don't remember, YouTube or Instagram or TikTok or whatever. I was doing the ball toss, ball reaction drill, whatever, and they're like, oh, that's like playing fetch. I'm like, yes, that is what it is. It's playing fetch. You're playing fetch with yourself. If you have a partner, you can do that. I don't have a partner, obviously. If you want to come train with me, hit me up, let's train. We'll get after it, but yeah, playing fetch. You throw a ball, chase it. It gives you a target, it gives you an objective to go after. Whereas if I was just sprinting from here to the 30-yard line, I won't really have, I don't know. That's why I like wearing my GPS. I like timing sprints when I'm by myself a lot of times, chasing something. It gives you that target, it gives you something to shoot after. Whereas if you're just running to air, you don't know, you might not have that intent, and intent drives engagement, and engagement drives results. So if I have intent, oh, I got to chase that, so I got to get it. I want to get as fast as I can on few bounces as possible. I want to beat my time. So it gives you that intent, something to shoot for, something to strive for, and you're likely gonna, especially with sprinting, sprint faster. You use it for weights as well. That's why you track what you lift. So, oh, I can do more next time. So driving intent drives engagement, drives better results. So I'm just gonna toss it this time and run as soon as I toss it rather than waiting for that bounce. So I don't have to bend over and pick it up on the ground, although that is a good thing too, because whatever, maybe it's a fumble or something, you got to bend over, scoop and score. But my goal is just to go fast here, so we're just going to do it in the air. Oh. Track now, we are going to start just we're going to time a few 10s. I haven't timed a 10 in a while, especially on a track. And then we're going to do some 20s,
a few 30s, probably like 240s, and maybe like 160. We'll see how we're feeling. Get a little bit of distance again. This day is kind of a combination, just speed and power. So acceleration and top speed we're working on today. A little bit, hit a little bit of both. Again, then we'll get home, we'll dunk, and again, might do some of those figure eights, but I don't know if I really feel like putting the other cleats back on, so, and setting up the stupid circles, but we'll see. Probably be done with this. I might do a casual 100 too. I like doing that at kind of the end, just to kind of stride out and really feel like I'm so used to short distance sprinting. Like in baseball, obviously what we do 30 yards first to 90 feet, so 30 yards home to first, or first to second, and maybe you're going, if you're getting a triple, you're going, what would that be, 90 yards, 60 yards, 60 yards. So, but again, I like going longer distances, and again, 60 is not a long distance, 60 yards is not a long distance, but as someone who hasn't done a lot of longer distance sprints, I really feel myself hit the wall, even on the 40s. Like, you start to hit the wall, you start to hit that, and it's about learning how not to start too fast, not to blow your load right at the beginning, and then even do like the hundreds. I'll get into more of those after the baseball season's done. I'll start doing more longer distance sprints, which will only got hopefully 3 weeks left of baseball. So yeah, we'll hit, and again, it's just kind of learning to pace yourself. Even if I'm doing, like, I'm probably gonna start running a few like mile runs, nothing longer, because I don't really care for super long distance. I don't enjoy it. I find it pretty boring. But still, get a little bit of that, just a little distance, like start timing a few miles, trying to see if I can get back down to like the old elementary school days, middle school days, when I was running 5.5 minute miles. I think the last time I ran a mile was timed a mile was a year or so ago maybe, and I got like I don't remember, 6:15, 6 something, 6:20, something like that. But I had to time my shoe partway through, and it wasn't on a flat surface too. There's hills, so it was just my loop that I usually walk is like a mile. But there's like hills and stuff, so again, I don't train it often, but I'm still halfway decent at it, which is good. So we'll probably start incorporating that stuff in, like, again, after a season here. Probably take a week off of sprinting and jumping after the baseball season, just to give myself a little rest. But we'll see. Again, I play everything mainly by ear. I don't schedule out. I have ideas of what I want to do, but I don't, I write this and I have to do it. That 52 weeks a year, 53, however many weeks are in a year plan, they usually don't work. So, because life happens. But again, we're going to start 10-yard sprints, 20s, a few 20s, a few 30s, a couple 40s, and probably a 60, and maybe a casual 100. We're back home now. Sprints, one of the worst days of sprints I've had in a long time. Everything was slow. Just no times were even close. Barely broke 20 miles an hour. So yeah, it's not a good day sprinting, but we'll keep at it. I didn't even do the 60s because I knew it was just not going to be worth it, because I wasn't getting any faster. I was getting slower as we went on. So just legs a little beat, but we're still going to do our dunks. This will free us up, bring some life back into us. Low rim dunks. We'll do some, then we're going to do long split, front split ISOs, both legs, side split ISO. We'll do some hang, skydiver hang ISO hold, and that will probably be it for the day. I got games tonight, tomorrow, so rest up, get ready for those. So low rim dunks. I just finished up the training session. Not a great day at all. Sprints were slow as heck. Dunks, well, 8.5 feet. I was struggling to dunk on 8.5 feet. Legs are just shot. I don't know. Quads are a little beat up. I think it's from doing those heavier split squats. I haven't done those in a while. Rear foot elevated split squats. So I think that's why the legs are a little sore from Wednesday. But again, it just shows. Wednesday I set a PR in my Fly 20. Fastest I think I've ever done. Timed anyway. I don't. Maybe I've run a faster one some other time, but. And then today just super slow. So again, maybe it's rest, maybe it's crappy air quality because it's, I don't know what if it's from the fires or whatever in Canada or however it's crappy air quality. Maybe it's just again soreness, tiredness, not prepped enough, whatever it may be. Just wasn't the best day. And again, that stuff happens, but we move forward. We got done, we adjusted as we needed, and now we're going to rest, recover, eat, get ready to coach, get some work done, and then baseball tonight. So, hey, I don't know if we'll probably have another video tomorrow, but I'll probably film tomorrow's upper body session, another one, but otherwise, I don't know. It's a weekend. Sometimes you just want to get away from recording and doing videos and social media and all that stuff. So, but if not, thanks for watching, guys. Have a wonderful day.